I know you're good too. But anybody else need to stand up? You'll find out later on in my speech why I tell you that. I am with the 10 Rainbows Children's Foundation. I am a full-time volunteer on the executive, but as well I do have a full-time job, one that pays me because I don't get paid for my volunteer work. But I am here to talk about the challenges and strategies maintaining a healthy organization. Our 10 Rainbows Children's Foundation, just a brief history because it doesn't have a lot to do with hockey. Myself, I started playing hockey at 38 years of age. I'm 48 now. We have this very wonderful rec hockey league, and in the rec hockey league there's other traveling teams. So I figured 38, travel, weekend, away from husband, away from kids, can it get any better? It does get better. They needed a goalie though. It's like, okay. I played ringette all my life, and when Mr. Craig said about Ridgecrest, they weren't a bad hockey team, not a bad ringette team, but Cedar Park was the better team, just in case, just putting it out there for you. So I did play, I played ringette, but I did play out in ringette, and so when the need came up for the hockey goaltender, I went out and I said, okay, here I am, best goaltender you've ever seen. I looked and they said, okay, we're going out for a drink after the game. I went out and said to them, the coach of this said, why aren't you drinking? I said, well, I can't drink. I said, what happens if Sammy Small can't play in the Olympics? I said, they're going to be calling me. And she's just looking at me going, you're crazy, you're on the team. So part of the volunteering part of playing hockey is the fact that you have to be part of the team. So that is my only hockey experience. My daughter was a dancer, so I didn't get involved in the minor hockey or anything. Back to the 10 Rainbows Foundation. We don't do a lot with hockey, but we do help. We have helped challenged children. Our mandate is challenged children in the Sudbury region and only in the Sudbury region. So any money that we do raise stays in Sudbury. So any other area, sorry, we can't help you. We stay only in Sudbury. We have purchased some hockey equipment for some players who are challenged, needed some hockey equipment. Challenged could be mentally challenged, or it also could be financially challenged. And so we helped purchase some of that, some equipment for the child. So, but what I'm here to talk to you about is the challenges and strategies of a healthy organization. The 10 Rainbows Children's Foundation, I'm very, very proud of. It's something that started 10, 12, 15 years ago. I don't know, it seems like it's been around for a while. A bunch of people, my other working job is at the WSIB, the Workplace Safety and Insurance Board. A bunch of people got together and they would have parties, and all of a sudden we had money. So then we'd have Christmas baskets. We'd collect money and then we'd have Christmas baskets. Where do we go? Where do we put this money? So all of a sudden we just kept, and it just seemed money. We would do these things and have money. Where do we do it? So they thought, well, you know what? We should really legalize ourselves because of the money that we are making and need to donate. So we incorporated into the 10 Rainbows Children's Foundation. It's still a lot of the, based with the WSIB employees, a lot of our volunteers, we are pulling from the 10 Rainbow, from the WSIB because we work with them every day, they know us, they believe in our charity. The fact that a big strong point for us is that the money does stay in the Sudbury area. The challenges that we have, volunteers, absolutely. It's a huge challenge trying to get volunteers, trying to recruit them, trying to get the young ones. How do you get them so that they want to be part of our foundation for later on? It's finding the new ones. It's not overextending the ones we already have. It's getting the youth involved. I have some answers, but not all the answers. Some of the other challenges that we as an organization face is money. How do you raise money? How do you get new ways to raise money? How do you do it with a volunteer base that we have? We don't have a huge volunteer base to pull from. A lot of our volunteers also are working full time, so time is an issue as well. Early on in the 10 Rainbows Children's Foundation's inception, we were very, very lucky to have Brian Savage support our charity. It was his charity of choice, so we were very, very lucky. He had a golf tournament every year that we volunteered for, helped out, raised a shitload of money. Because he brought in a lot of people, a lot of golfers, a lot of good speakers, silent auctions, all that kind of stuff. He donated personal time, personal efforts. Very, very lucky to have Brian on board with us. He ended up when he was playing for the Montreal Canadiens. He got us tickets, and we brought challenged children by bus to Montreal. Watched the hockey game. He got them all passes in the back. They all got to sit in with all the players. All the players are looking, and it was just phenomenal for these challenged kids because they were challenged and they got to see the Montreal Canadiens play. And for Brian, it was huge for us and the children that we support. The fact that he got us the tickets, got us everything. It was absolutely amazing. So we were very lucky with getting Brian Savage and the golf tournament. So that's one of the ways that the 10 Rainbows Foundation raises money. We also have bingos every Monday, but our bingos are at 10 o'clock in the morning. I work full time, can't go. So in one of the topics where they were talking about how do you get volunteers? It's a matter of asking. My mother retired. I mean, God love her. She's 74 years of age. And no one had ever asked her to volunteer. So, of course, I did because we needed someone on Monday. You're retired? Perfect. So my mother does do the volunteering for the at the bingo. Never played bingo before, but it's a good thing because she just has to call back the numbers, and it's perfect. She volunteers every Monday. Age doesn't seem to matter. So when I was doing this, I thought, I should be researching on the internet to find out all the answers of any answers that I can find to. And I thought, I think I'm going to ask people instead. So that's where my research came from, was asking. And I asked my mom. I said, okay, so why do you volunteer? She says, well, you made me. But I think I asked her very nicely. But she said, that she feels useful. And at 74 years of age, I was very happy that I did make her feel useful, because then I made her feel even more useful when I needed some shopping done. We are attached with the natal program here, the prenatal program here, the breast screening program. And so when we had the need for a crib and a high chair, send my mom shopping, and she goes and we bring it to the Sudbury Health Unit, and she says, so this is what I do every Monday. This is where the money goes. Had to agree with her that yes, it was. So it gave her that bit of satisfaction, knowing that, first of all, she's useful again. The second part is that what she was doing was contributing to the Sudbury community, because the money that she feels that she's raised doing the bingos is staying in Sudbury, which is very important to our foundation. I'm very lucky. The core members of the 10 Rainbows Foundation are friends of mine and have been friends for 20 some years. I think that's very, very important in volunteering, in running an organization, is the fact that you have the friends, you have the respect for those people. As well, you do need a cause. You have to believe in that cause, and you have to be passionate about the cause. A lot of people volunteer and become part of the organizations so that they can get that self-satisfaction, which is fine as well. Whichever your reasons for being part of the groups, absolutely do it. As I said before, my other real job, which I get paid to do, I work at the WSIB. The WSIB, we've been very lucky. They've allowed us days to volunteer. We actually have we have an agreement in place where I can take some of my personal days to do volunteer work, which is great because I've used it for tournaments that I've been participating in. They've also allowed for payroll deductions deductions. We went after payroll deductions, put it out that the 10 Rainbows Foundation is out there willing to accept your deductions. The WSIB usually supports the United Way, and so of course on their payroll deductions, they would like you to give to United Way, but they have offered that you can choose any other charity that you want. You can change your percentage. You can some to United Way, some to 10 Rainbows, some to anybody that you'd like to. So I am very lucky with that. They also allow a lot of time for us to raise money. We sell a lot of tickets. We get donated, TVs and sound systems. So we do get a lot of that. We sell tickets for those. The other ways that we fundraise is through the Festival of Lights at Science North. There were a whole bunch of lights and Christmas trees and nativity scenes that were donated to Science North. We did scoop up the volunteers from the high schools, from Cambrian College, their electrical program, to make sure that the lights were all working, and then they've changed a lot of the lights over to the LED system, whatever that means. I'm not an electrician, so that was out of my realm of possibilities. So we did get, and I mean, all it is you come in, you want to look at the lights, you put in whatever change you have. I'm not sure how many organizations or how many other cities have that type, but it is there. The festivals of trees was there as well. That can be done as well if someone's willing to take on the challenge. Short-term, long-term volunteers. You're going to need a lot. We did run that for a couple years, and it's a lot of work, but the benefits from it is exceptional. So the back to the challenges and strategies of maintaining the healthy organization. I think the 10 Rainbows Foundation is going to be around for a while. We definitely will still be supporting the children in the Sudbury region, and hopefully we can get around the volunteers. With regards to the volunteers, I know in my professional research, where I asked a lot of people, when I had mentioned, what do you think of that mandatory? Some agreed, some didn't agree. I look at getting the long-term volunteers. My daughter, she's 25, the Festival of Lights, cold weather, snowing, outside at night. Can it get any better, right? So I get a call from my sister, and she says, my kids don't have their volunteer hours, and they need some. I said, boy, do I have some hours for them. So of course I railroaded them into doing the hours outside, cold, and they ended up getting their 40 hours. And the next year, when they were up for Christmas, they're looking, going, okay, Annie, Kathy, do you have some lights? Do you need some help with those hours? So even though they already had their hours, they were still out there helping with the lights in the cold. My daughter's out helping. She started out with brownies because she needed her 40 hours. She started out with brownies, helped with dancing, and did the Festival of Lights as well. We then were very, very lucky again to be the recipient of money from the pond hockey. So the parking lot guy, he was not a hockey type person. So he says, but you know what, I can help. I can't score keep because I don't understand the game. I can't time keep because I don't want to do that. He says, but I can do the parking lot. So God love him. He did the hockey. He did the parking lot for the pond hockey. Raised a lot of money for that as well. My daughter again helped with that. But now Shannon, who is my daughter, she's 24. She's working full time now. She still helps with the Festival of Trees, but she's also now in a different organization, and that organization has a different cause. It happens to be breast cancer because one of their staff members was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she now is participating in that cause. She's taken up that cause and does that volunteering. And I'm hoping that she continues with the volunteering, and she believes in it because she knew the woman who was diagnosed as well. My aunt was diagnosed with breast cancer as well. So it is close to Shannon's heart. And I think for a young person at 24 years of age, they have to have that. It has to affect them. It was stated before that the young people need to have that, and it's true, because Shannon will volunteer for the things that she wants to, the things that she believes in, that cause again. And at 24, I think she's going to be a long-term volunteer. I'm sure she's going to go further in this once she gets older, once she matures, once her lifestyle allows for it. So and I'm just looking over my notes, and I'm thinking that the challenges and strategies of healthy organization, that's about all I have to say for it. I just pray that our 10 Rainbows Foundation continues on, and thank you very much.